Less than a day after legendary coach Bill Belichick was relieved of his duties as head coach and GM of the New England Patriots, the team quickly moved to name Gerard Mayo as the next head coach of the team, marking the first time since someone other than Belichick will roam the sidelines of Gillette Stadium. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches in the history of the NFL, if not the greatest coach of all time. He ranks second in total wins and has won a record 6 Super Bowls during his tenure with the Patriots. A defensive minded coach, his ability to force teams away from their normal tendencies was incredible. His defensive units would take away the one thing or player that gave the opposing team the most success and instead force that team to rely on backup options to succeed. The ability to do this on a constant basis to opponents is what has cemented his place in the history of the league. Belichick brought the Patriot way and the do your job mantra to Foxborough. The team was always the operative word to describe the Patriots and what they were all about. Patriots gladly left their egos at the door in order to join a winning team of championship caliber. For most of these years, the team was blessed by having Tom Brady behind center. The two GOATs, Tom and Bill, created a climate of dedication to excellence and winning. Despite his last, and certainly most trying, abysmal season, Bill had his defense still playing at a high level, despite losing its two best players, Judon and rookie Christian Gonzalez, both going out in week 4. In the end, it was a lack of development or execution of third year QB Mac Jones and the lackluster performance of free agent signings, accompany this with many injuries on the offensive side of the ball that did the coach in. It completed the downward spiral that has been the New England Patriots since Brady left for Tampa Bay. His departure was predictable, but will leave a void that now Mayo, and more importantly, the Crafts must fill. So, who is Gerard Mayo? Mayo was a starting linebacker at Tennessee for 2 years before joining the Patriots in 2008 as a first round pick. He went 10th overall. As a rookie, he immediately found himself as the starting linebacker and started every game. His achievements led him to be named as the 2008 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mayo went on to be a starter and a key member of the defense until his retirement in 2015. Mayo spent his entire short 8 season career with the NFL with the Patriots. He was a Pro Bowler in 2010 and 2012 and finished his career with a Super Bowl ring from Super Bowl 49. Although he didn't play in it, he was still on the team. He got that ring. The back of his football card shows 802 tackles, 3 interceptions, 8 forced fumbles, and 30 tackles for a loss. He was a leader on the team and will always played with a high sense of awareness and intelligence that served him well throughout his career, and hopefully will serve him well as head coach. Mayo joined the Patriots coaching staff as an inside linebacker in 2019. Inside linebacker coach, I should say. The intelligence and awareness that served him as a player continued as a coach for Bill Belichick. When the defensive coordinator, Brian Flores, left to become the Dolphins head coach, Mayo joined coach Bill and Bill's son Steve to split the defensive play calling duties. Given that he was already performing the duties as a defensive coordinator, he felt comfortable with his role and future with the organization and as a result was not looking to take another position with another team. He was interviewed for many different positions. Sensing that Mayo was going to be a hot commodity in the coaching marketplace, owner Robert Kraft and the team extended his contract in conjunction with Belichick through the 2024 season. It was clear that this was the team's succession plan, and one would guarantee him being a member of the Patriot family, would take the head coaching role from someone from the outside. At age 37, he was now the youngest coach in the NFL by 1 month over Rams head coach Sean McVay. He is also going to have the distinction as being the first person of color as head coach in the history of the Patriots franchise. How will he do as head coach is the biggest question that Patriots fans have. The answer to that question is complicated and very much dependent on the amount of support he is given by ownership and the roster. The first issue in need of resolution is who will serve as the general manager, GM, for the Patriots. This individual has been Bill Belichick, but moving forward must be someone else. This individual will most likely have the final say in personnel decisions that will need to share a common vision with Mayo and the Crafts to the direction the franchise ultimately takes. Add to this, they own the number 3 pick in the 2024 draft and it is an excellent opportunity to make an immediate impact and a true difference maker. The next issue is who will be the offensive coordinator. It's reasonable to expect Bill O'Brien to leave the organization. Will the Patriots bring Josh McDaniels back to serve as offensive coordinator? Mayo and McDaniels have a history in that they both worked under Belichick in the past. He's a known commodity to the crafts and has had success coaching this team. This team, no other team. As much as Mayo is a defensive minded coach, who will be the defensive coordinator? Does Steve Belichick actually stay as DC? Or do they bring in someone from the outside? How many of the coaches on the defensive unit are being retained? All important factors to understand moving forward. Ultimately, to succeed, Mayo will need to demonstrate he is more than ready for the job. He'll need to surround himself with good coaches who will challenge him when needed. And he will also need to be popular and approachable to young players, which should be able to relate to him as they switch from an old head coach to a new head coach. Any good team has a good roster. The roster is going to be a factor here too. Bill Parcells famously said, "If I'm going to be asked to cook the meal, I'd like to be able to pick the groceries." If Mayo is going to cook, he's going to need the ingredients. Finally, Mayo needs to be his own man. He must mold and retool this team to be in likeness and temperament. It is never easy following a legend. His job is to show that he is Gerard Mayo, not Bill Belichick. He will need to quickly distinguish himself as a coach and a leader. His makeup would indicate he will do so, and the franchise fortunes rest in his hands. Succession plans are there for a reason. We now see how it will play out.